That's when you get yourself a gallon.
Oh, you son of a
There you
bitch!
go.
That's when you get yourself a whole fucking gallon.
I
Buddy.
like
Son
that.
of a bitch.
There's a pump on top, boys.
Dude, that container is going to be so gross after a while.
So here's what I do.
And we're live.
Kyle, I've been going on deep Reddit beat off spirals because I've been trying to not watch porn so much because I've been desensitizing myself to the point where it takes like 20 minutes and tremendous grip strength to get myself off when I'm beating off.
Tolerance break. I
You
get
need a
it.
new grip. You need a
Yeah,
new grip.
maybe
One of these.
Okay, you can. In addition to a herpes med tutorial, you can teach me how to jerk off properly.
Yeah, I think I've noticed that like so few women like know how to like operate their own vaginas, and I can only imagine that it extends to men and their penises. I bet the average guy doesn't know how to like flex his like Kegels to like make a cum shot really hit the other side of the room. I see guys
that's functional
because I see guys in pornos like and they'll come and the cum just sort of like falls out of their penis.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like dribble, and I'm like, I have never once came so pathetically. Every time I come, it's just like bam, bam.
I always assumed that those
Every
guys
time
were,
I
like,
come, I
moonlighting
either
above the-
bruise her cervix or shoot flies from across the room.
I
like one of
literally
those salt cannons.
look. Here's what I'm gonna do because I love cum experiments. This week. I'm going to go for distance. I'm going to stand.
It doesn't even have a good ring to it. Cum experiments.
Yeah,
I like it. No, I'm digging
I'm
it.
going to stand and
Jizz
come
experiments.
and see how far I can go. Now, obviously, it isn't fair because height is going to come into it. A midget could come much harder than me, but he doesn't have the range because I'm firing from a higher altitude. The
Physics.
You
bitch.
should sit off the side of what I assume is your standard height bed and do it from a seated position.
I have a
We
rather
should
tall
call
bed.
it the Olympics.
And I've got to come in my living room because you need like hardwood so that you can like find every little bit of cum and clean it up. I'm not coming on my carpet.
Well, then what are you, a
You might
weirdo?
lose the farthest dot.
I might lose the farthest dot. A mirror is the best for that, but I don't have a mirror long enough.
And you don't wanna
What about like a
ruin
dark
your-
piece of paper?
or make it
Like
gross.
that would sort of dim it. You know,
I think the hardwood's going to be
drop
and
wood.
it's better for cleanup as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm going to go for distance. I guarantee I can come at least 8 feet. At least 8 feet. I guarantee
8
it.
feet is impressive.
You think so? That'd be
I know
good.
so. I know so.
Yeah.
And so you're always
I'll make
kegeling
a
as
video.
you're coming. Yeah, make a
Yeah.
video. We were not going to share it. Just send it to
Yeah,
us.
you're like flexing. You gotta like flex your abs and stuff. Like there's a whole process. Like every time it's just like like you really gotta put some oomph into this. I swear every time I see a porno where the guy is just like coming and it's just like I don't know, it's just dribbling
It's like
out
a
of
science
them.
fair
Yeah.
volcano. We're just
I
kind of
extend
barely.
him my
Science fair volcano. Yeah,
It's my guess that this is his second shoot that day, or that something went wrong. Maybe he prematured on the first one.
it's not the amount. There's
Maybe.
plenty of it. And it doesn't matter if it's my 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th time coming that day.
Mhm.
There's gonna be less semen, but it's coming out with the same ferocity.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Speaking
I
of
don't know about
masturbation,
Kyle's
I
been
was,
putting tea right into his prostate. That shit is worked out.
speaking of
Dick veins
masturbation,
just blown out. Just like a heroin addict.
So
at
I
the
was-
end of the rope.
You think his biceps are good? You should see his fucking Vaz Devrons or whatever the fuck. I think it's a
I
prostate.
think those are internal.
they are.
Yeah,
They
you wanna
are.
get
I think it's
injected
the
in there.
prostate
But
that does the.
it doesn't mean you
that
can't
does the
see them.
juicing.
So I've got
Everybody noticed that Kyle has positively come alive since he started talking about jizz stunts. Strep
Yeah.
throat has faded away.
It's the amoxicillin, man. He's rolling now.
I'm fighting my way through it. We're 42 minutes in. I can do this 4 more times. So I was running low on my lube of preference, which is of course wet platinum.
Still, you're on the wet platinum. Okay.
I will always forever trust me. I'm going to be on the wet platinum for quite some time, Woody, because I hopped on Amazon and you can do that thing where you can see what the price per ounce is when you buy it in various amounts. And it's you would think that it's a perfect like sliding scale, but it's not. There are some bottle sizes that are just whoa. This like for example, like 19 ounces is way more expensive per ounce than like 12 ounces is.
You wouldn't think.
You wouldn't think. You're getting, you buy in bulk, you save money. But I'll tell you where you do make a big savings, where you start saving like 80, 90 cents an ounce.
55-gallon drum.
That's when you get yourself a gallon.
Oh, you son of a
There you
bitch.
go.
That's
dude.
when you get yourself a whole fucking gallon.
I
Buddy.
like
son
that.
of a bitch.
There's a pump on top, boys.
Dude, that container is going to be so gross after a while.
So here's what I do. I have a separate container that also has a pump on the top that I got at like Bed Bath and Beyond or some shit that looks kind of like stylish. And I empty these. Well, this is my first gallon ever, and it probably will be my last. This is going to last like a year, like literally a year at
It
least.
doesn't take a lot of wet platinum to get it done.
No, very efficient.
Little bit goes a long way. So I put that into the smaller like thing that's a little pump thing, and I keep that on the nightstand, right? And everybody knows what's in there. You know, I've never had anybody
look like a real asshole if you had the gallon.
What if I went a step further and I had like one of those sprayers that you put Roundup in, and I was like,
I just prefer to apply directly to your pussy.
A backpack, the backpack, so you can go anywhere around the house and stuff. You know. Kyle,
I usually use this to spray for mosquitoes, but
If any of you guys are on Amazon buying wet platinum right now, take some advice from a pro. You don't want the flavored kind.
no.
That stuff can give a girl yeast infection. I think there might be sugar in it. I'm not. Anyway, that's not. I don't know why they even make it. It's
This is the only
irresponsible and
kind.
cruel.
This is the only kind you want. Look at all the things that aren't in it, right? Glycerin free, paraben free, other thing free. It's hypoallergenic, right? Like
luxury silicone.
you want wet platinum silicone. You don't want the mixture. You don't want the one that's water based. None of that. You want exactly what I've got there. You don't need a gallon of it, but like get a small bottle because it is very expensive, especially if you're overseas. If you're overseas, don't order it online. Go to a sex shop. It's much cheaper there, and you'll be. It is the best lubricant in the world. It is the best. Trust me, I've looked around. I can afford any lube I want. I buy that
Great
one.
flex.
That's $200 worth, by the way.
I mean, but it's you're saving money. It's like a Costco.
I feel like there's this, like at the beginning of the peanut butter jar, it's like there's an endless supply of peanut butter, and then when it's empty, you make the sides last forever. I feel like Kyle's just going to be over lubing as if it were
like it was free.
Out.
I've had girls like grab some lube before and get like more than 2 pumps and been like, whoa, first of all, that just got expensive. You just spent $2. Second of all, what are
You're
you
more of a
doing?
75-cent girl.
Like,
did you bring 6 friends?
Yeah, exactly. Is someone else showing up that needs their transmission lubed or something like that? Like you got a fucking squeaky axle outside. Look at your hands. It's pouring down your elbows now. Like what? Are you putting that on me? Are you putting that on you? Like,
But you'll be glad I'm lubed up to my elbow in a minute.
Oh well, I mean that's a different story. You could probably, you want some.
It even takes a little bit of time to wash off in the shower afterward. Because if you just blast it with like a couple blasts of water, you'll like wash your dick or whatever, like before you bring soap into the mix, and you're like, I probably got most of that off just by rubbing. It's like, no, like your dick is so slippery. It feels nice though. It feels nice.
It simultaneously doesn't come off very easily and does come off in that it makes the bottom of your shower floor dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Like I think most accidents take place in the bathroom or in the shower. This is why. It's wet platinum being washed off your cock, turning the bottom of your shower into a hazardous zone to stand in.
Yeah. Something to think about. Kyle, I got to ask you, as a fellow jerk-off aficionado, well, I fancied myself that before I got on this podcast with you. Now I'm not.
You're a journeyman.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Kyle's a first round pick.
I'm like Tank Abbott in the UFC. Even record.
You were technically
hanging there.
Yeah.
Still collecting a paycheck. But I got to ask you about cleanup methods because I've always been under the impression that I've been innovative in that regard. I do the hand cone for the audio only audience. And Kyle is just already fucking shaking his head. This piece of shit.
Hold on.
Now I'm nervous because Kyle's just shaking. But basically, I use my open hand as like a way to hollow out.
A lot of toilet paper he's using right now.
I've made a catcher's mitt out of a roll of toilet paper. Well, a stream of toilet paper.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect little receptacle for my jizz. It's like a Charmin vagina, and I don't see what's wrong with that, Kyle.
And you put that on the head of your penis at the end, and then continue to jack to get like the post-O spasms and everything out.
Yeah, correct, Taylor. Yeah.
You don't shoot with the velocity to blast right through that like a .45 caliber would.
See, no. And
what I do, I put my hands behind the toilet at an extreme angle. I bust directly into the toilet.
See, no, fuck
straight
that.
down.
That sounds so
Can you
uncomfortable.
imagine the least comfortable way to beat off?
Okay, that was
Just
lies.
down all the way, beating off into the fucking toilet.
Yeah, I use a towel. I use a towel because I own a washing machine and I can wash the towel after I'm done. I really don't masturbate very often at all, but if I do, or actually, if I'm just coming during sex or whatever, like the towel is right there for like what cleanup right after. But no, I have never thought that coming into tissue is like a good idea at all. Like I come a lot, like wet with my supplements or not. And so like I'll soak right through a lot of that. And like it's gonna take so much of that I can't even flush it now without like clogging the toilet.
I mean, I like that. I like your approach, Danny. That's something I can see myself doing, like when I was in middle school, or like not wanting to get caught as a young guy, because like I remember back then, like if I was beating off, it would not cross my mind, 14-year-old Taylor, to like mop it up with a towel, because it's like somehow someone's gonna find out I busted all over the towel. So 100% tissues and Kleenex and all that shit then. But now that I'm a big boy with big boy towels, that's the way to do it. Get a nice soft towel. Everybody has a couple towels that when they see it in the lineup, they skip over it when they get out of the shower. Yeah. Just take that one.
The one that got a little bleach on it.
Yeah. We have like this ugly ass yellow towel with like bleach all over it. There's so much of my cum in that towel.
But let me ask you, I'm genuinely curious now. What's the protocol as far as how many loads per towel? And if it's more than one, where is the staging area for the towel when you're not jerking off with it at that moment?
It depends how degenerate we're feeling that week. When it starts to smell, you've waited too long.
Good.
But
50 loads.
Don't you, me? You know what it smells like.
I know. That's why I said ew.
We all know
I know exactly what it smells like. I remember at that old place I stayed at. When I moved out, I had that like remember when Lion King there was that dead elephant place they went to? It was like that, except there was a bunch of like crispy old tied off condoms, and like I like would peel some off the hardwood floor, and then you pull one that's been there forever and the bottom part busts, and now there's like ancient load.
I had a condom that I had done that with. I just tied it off, and it had fallen by the wayside under the bed between the mattresses or whatever, and like I guess the cum inside of it had started to like decompose and give off gases. Yeah. So now the condom is swelling like a balloon.
Did you throw it away, or are you kind of keeping it and tracking it now?
You got to huff it like a helium balloon.
I mean, that was 3 years ago, and now I've had to name it, and it goes to preschool. I threw it away. It was so disgusting. It was so gross. So gross.
To answer your question, Danny, like I do. If I've busted on a towel and like we've used it to like wipe up any excess lube or anything, that goes straight into the laundry. And then next time, just grab a fresh towel. Like,
see, I have two towels. One of which I would like to use for drying purposes, and the other one's there for when my girlfriend's over. I suppose I just got to get more towels.
You got to get more.
You literally only have two towels, Danny?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Socks and towels, they just go missing. You start out with 5, you end up with 1.
I probably got 15 towels here. Like just to have. So a couple of
Danny's girlfriend's going to use the wrong towel and get pregnant.
I mean, I don't.
Smell.
I probably don't have 15, but I've got at least like 8.
Yeah. Well, my wife really supplemented that number.
I'm sure. Yeah, I get like 1 for every day of the week, and then like an extra.
We have a lot of towels, but I think half of the herd needs to be cold. We have a lot of towels that I'd be embarrassed if any of you saw.
Yeah, there's some. See, those are load towels.
Yeah,
mine don't all match because like every couple years, it's like I need a couple new towels, and like sometimes I'm feeling like let's get the finest towels money can buy, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, there's a sale on Amazon. Yeah, give me 4 of those. So like I have this one towel that's like enormous and so plush and absorbent. Sometimes towels are like super soft and like you'll like try to dry yourself off and nothing happens. It's I'm not that kind of towel.
Yeah,
I'm for looking at it's like that. It's like that scene from A Brother Where Art
Thou.
It's that scene from the Outlaw Josie Wales when they're like out of food and he's like I got this piece of rock candy, but it's not for eating, just for looking through. It's like that's the kind of towel that like those super plush ones are.
I hate those.
We have a bunch of like every once in a blue moon, the dogs will like track in mud across the hardwood floors forever. So we have towels that are really like for that kind of thing. They're drying off the dogs. Anyway.
Yeah, that's where a lot of our gross ones are. But I literally I took a couple of those plush towels Kyle was describing and just moved them into my wife's bathroom that she uses more often out of the one I use most of the time, because like all it does, it just moves water around your body. It doesn't soak anything. Like you need the towel to be a little aggressive with you. Like you don't want it to be super soft and comfortable, or it's not going to get all of it out. You need a little bit of grit there. You know, those little well, not a little bit of life to it. Not one of those too soft ones.
Yeah,
It just
I don't
can't
know.
be treated. Like if it has like I called it plastic, but that's what it is to me. Like if it's some sort of non-cotton coating or something, and it can make it feel
These towels
like
are
fleece.
polyester.
It can make it feel like a soft fleece thing, but that's not for cleaning.